too.
We have a Nettie back.
We're back. Yay.
Now, for anyone wondering, we had to hide Nettie. Nettie couldn't come hang out with us for a little while because she had a big surprise. If you don't know about her big surprise yet, you need to go over to her channel. But, I mean, you can maybe see a little bit of her big surprise. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So you are at KT's meetup right now, right?
Yep. KT meetup. We're having, we have a few people that we're looking forward to the rest that are coming in during the week. And yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Awesome. All right. Well, we are on Sunday Fun Day, and I have a third eye that decided to join us today, and it is keeping an eye on all of you. See, I'm going to point it out before anybody says anything. I see her. She sees you. She's watching all of you.
Watching.
Okay? Watching. Yep. All three of my eyes are keeping an eye on this chat. So, Captain, behave. Just saying. All right. Let's get over here and welcome everybody in. We have Captain Jack Scrapper. We have Nomadic Hippie. He just put out a really good video on Mothman. And he did like the history, and he went and showed the bridge and everything. And then, you know, that picture you took of the men in black?
Yeah.
He showed where that was taken, current day.
Oh, wow.
It was really good.
Creepy.
Creepy, but very, very good. And we have Hitch Up in Tow. We have Happy Place Camping. Hello and welcome. Happy Place has been all over in that Hummer of hers lately, haven't you, Happy Place? You've been having a good time in that thing. I've been enjoying watching that too. I know I'm terrible about commenting. Okay, we have Linda Barker. Hello and welcome. My comments took a little minute to scroll. All right. Nettie went on a Louisiana adventure. You're going to be eating some of that good eatings, too. I'm jealous.
Oh, yeah.
We have a Tommy Travels in the chat. Hello and welcome, Mr. Awesome. Captain said, who, me? Just watching. All right. I think I got everybody for now. All right, so Nettie put together today's story. We're going to try real hard here, real hard, to get this name correct. But you know us in pronunciation, so we're just going to try. Let's pop the story up and get going here. I'll let you go first.
Do you need help? Courageous Orlando waitress saves child from an extreme abuse.
We have Thrifty Angela in the chat as well. All right. Is that the sign she wrote?
Yeah.
On New Year's Day, Timothy Wilson II, Christian Swan, an unknown family member, and their 11-year-old boy went to Miss Potato Restaurant in Orlando. Okay, that looks cute.
Doesn't it?
I love the little Miss Potato. She's adorable.
An Orlando waitress told police she knew something was wrong when an 11-year-old boy sitting at one of her tables was forbidden from ordering anything to eat.
Yeah, that ain't right.
No, that's not right.
As a mother, she said, that's not something you do. Come to a restaurant and forbid your child from eating? Nah.
That's just crazy.
Maybe make them get like something off the kids menu, or you decide what they're going to eat. They're not going to get like their favorite thing because they misbehaved or whatever, but.
And that's just, sitting at right there.
Oh, that's the table they were sitting at?
Yeah.
Hey, Roy and Becky. Hello and welcome. Happy Place said, what the? Oh, yeah, that would be hard to bite my tongue. Yeah. I could see, like, if a kid is in trouble, not getting them their favorite meal, or they don't get free reign to order whatever they want. No dessert, right. Happy Place said no dessert. But not like you don't get no food. That doesn't make sense.
No.
Is it your turn?
I think so.
Okay.
Then she noticed the bruises on his arms and face. Her quick thinking in the moments that followed is now being credited for saving the boy's life.
Oh, they even have all those little potato heads. She's very pretty.
She is.
All right, here we go. I'm going to try. Hold on. Waitress, Flaviani, Carvalho. I tried. I think I got it, but I'm not sure. Said she saw the marks on the few inches of skin she could see from underneath the boy's hoodie, glasses, and face mask. There was a glimpse of a bruise on his temple, a big scratch between his eyebrows. Aww.
Yeah.
Happy Place said, whoa, that's a heck of a name. Yes, very much.
Oh, yeah. Carvalho, I don't know if I said that right, concocted a plan. She wrote, "Are you okay?" on a piece of paper and held it up to the boy from where his parents couldn't see from their booth at Mrs. Potato Restaurant.
I think you pronounced it correctly.
Okay.
Tommy said, I go to places ever kids rest free. Let the kid order and then eat their meal. Roy and Becky is on their phone, so they can't tag. Thrifty Angela said, maybe no dessert. And Roy and Becky said, poor baby. I just call her Sugar. Hippie's got a crush on the hero of the story. She's in Orlando. Go to the potato restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Find the love of your life. At first, the boy shook his head no. I knew it that he was afraid, she said. So she tried again. Do you need help? She wrote on another piece of paper. This time he nodded. Carvalho sorry, phoned her boss for advice and then called police.
Yeah. This could have been a homicide situation if she had not intervened, the Orlando Police Chief Orlando Rowland said.
I love stories where people step in and do something. We read so many stories where people just don't do anything, and then later they're like, oh yeah, I saw something. What?
Yeah.
The boy's stepfather, Timothy Wilson II, 34, was arrested on one count of third-degree child abuse. Jeez. Hey, SF Rose, hello and welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And John Chalker, hello and welcome. He looks mean.
He looks like a jerk.
Yeah, he looks
In
mean.
interviews with detectives, they said he told them his stepfather hit him with his fist, a wooden broom, and a back scratcher. The boy told detectives he was hung upside down from a door frame by his ankles and, in another instance, strapped to a furniture dolly.
My gosh.
Is that crazy?
That was he like, I don't understand this stuff. Like, what do you get out of doing something like that to an innocent child? Like,
Yeah.
what? Roy and Becky said, looks like a winner. SF Bro said hello to everyone.
Mhm.
Happy Place said he looks like a child abuser. I
Mhm.
hate to say things off of people's looks, but when we're reading the story and their looks match up to what we're reading,
Yeah.
there's no reason why we can't call it like it is. Hitch Up and Toast said he looks like he has a potato head. Couldn't have said that better. If I go to eat there, she better hold up a different sign than that to me. She hold up a sign. You go in and you hold up a sign that says, "Will you date me?" That's what you need to do, hippie. People can be such freaks. True. Put him in a regular cell block. That's what I don't understand. Is these people that do stuff to children and women, is why do we put them in protective custody and stuff? I don't understand why we don't, like, they know doing these crimes what's going to happen if they get caught. So why are we putting them in protective custody?
Right.
You will never understand unless you live in Florida. We have strange stories like this every single day. Yeah, Bulldog's from Florida, and if I say that Florida is a strange breed, he gets upset with me. But Florida, man, am I right?
The third eye knows.
My third eye knows. It knows all. Just ask for the potato special and go to the waitress. All right. Strapped to a furniture dolly. Jeez. Okay. Officers said the boy winced in pain when officers asked him to roll up his sleeves of his sweatshirt. There were bruises, they said, covering nearly his entire body. Ugh.
Mm.
Mm.
Police said the boy also said he regularly wasn't allowed to eat as punishment. He was 20 pounds underweight.
That's something I don't understand either, is when these kids, because we're hearing a lot of stories lately of these kids that are so underweight or so small,
Yeah.
like kids that are looking 5-6 years younger than they actually are because they're
Mhm.
so small. I don't understand how schools and neighbors and stuff like that know these kids and know that they should be bigger aren't reporting this stuff.
Right.
Yep, he belongs in a regular cell block. Let the cellmates get him. Poor kid. He looks like, yeah. They think they need to starve the stepdad for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let him go without food. An eye for an eye. What happened to that? That theory of an eye for an eye. Mm.
To be honest, what this child had gone through was torture, Detective Aaron Lawler said. There was no justification for it in any realm of the world. I'm a mother, and seeing what that 11-year-old had to go through, it shocks your soul.
Hippie said it's strange that it takes a waitress to see this when the kid's in school. How come the teachers don't see this? I think that they said that he was wearing a mask, and this was about a year ago. So maybe this was during the pandemic or during the time where you could choose to homeschool or send your child to school. Maybe they didn't send their child to school. But as a mom who chose to do the homeschool version for a period of that, my kids still had to get on the computer and see their teacher. You know what I mean? Like there still had to be an interaction on the computer. And with as many injuries as this kid has, how did a teacher not see that even via the computer?
Right.
I don't know. Hey, Ford man, thank you so much for sharing it out. I appreciate that. Linda said, punishment for what? Okay. After police learned the additional details of the abuse, they said they arrested Wilson again on multiple counts of aggravated child abuse and child neglect. So he was arrested more than once with multiple charges. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still there, Nettie?
Yeah.
Are you able to see the screen, or did it not pop up for you yet?
Okay, it just popped up.
Okay.
Police said when they interviewed the child's mother, Christian Swan, she admitted to knowing about the abuse and failing to seek medical care for the boy.
That's another thing I don't understand is a mom sitting by and watching a child go through that.
Mm-hmm.
She was arrested and charged with 2 counts of child neglect. Both Swan and Wilson remain in jail on bond.
Investigators said both the boy and the 4-year-old girl were removed from the couple's custody by the Department of Children and Families. They said there was no evidence of physical abuse to the girl.
If it's happening to one child, it's going to happen to the other eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I don't understand. Police said the family had recently moved to the area and were staying at an extended stay hotel. You're telling me that all those people in that hotel didn't hear or see anything?
Yeah, that would be kind of odd. Now, because of Carvalho's actions, Roland said 2 children's lives were potentially saved. The lesson here for all of us is to recognize when we see something that isn't right to act on it. This saves the life of a child, Roland said.
That's very true. And that needs to be happening more often. Let's go over here to the comments for a quick second. We have Tommy Travels said, an eye for an eye wouldn't be as appropriate in this case. Potatoes have a lot of eyes. Abby Place said, the mother is just as guilty, if not more so.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Hippie's having the same commenting issue on Fordman's channel. Man,
Oh, well.
that stinks. We got mine worked out. Fordman and I got it worked out. It was my name. It was blocking me on my name. Sorry, I'm trying to read through these real quick. Unless the girl is his. That's a good point. The boy is his stepson, so I've never understood that though. But I am totally I guess I am a different breed of human when it comes to that stuff. Because they don't have to even be like I call my my stepkids, my bonus kids. They're a bonus in my life. They've added joy and love to my life. So they're all bonuses. But they don't even have to be my bonus kids. Like, I will see a kid that needs something and be like, do you want to come home with me? Like, I love kids. Bulldog will tell you, I've brought home way too many children and taken care of them because I love kids. I just can't imagine.
Yeah.
No, and it doesn't matter if they're blood related to me or not. They are children. They are the most innocent human beings.
Mhm.
They're the most innocent anything. They just need love and nurturing so they can grow into big human beings that help our world. I don't
Yeah.
understand it. I'm never going to understand it. People don't always get involved. They turn a blind eye. They don't want to be a part of it. Yeah. Maybe he wasn't enrolled in school. I was thinking that too. Some people are leery to get involved. Like if they see someone needing help along the road broke down, they don't stop because it could be a scam. That's very true. That I find sad now too. I used to never question giving money on, when somebody walked up to my car and they were like on the side of the road. I never used to question that. I didn't care if it was a scam or if it was somebody in need. I just thought if they're literally standing here on the corner, they need this change more than I do. And I would give it. But I can't drive around now without running into people on every single corner almost. And I've noticed that a lot of them have very nice clothes and shoes. And I'm like, so it's become something you have to be more cautious about nowadays than you used to have to be, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hello, Shanna. Thank you for driving and listening to us. I look at my stepdaughter as my daughter and nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly said. Preston isn't biologically mine, but he's mine. No one better touch him or his mama bear will come undone.
Yeah.
Exactly. Ford man's going to look into it for you, hippie. I could never harm a child. Exactly, me either. Hey, fairy dust, weep the wild winds. Hello and welcome back. Grow into honorable human beings. That's what I feel parents should raise their children to be. Exactly. Greetings and hello to everyone. I question everyone's intentions, but you hear noises and see a child with bruises. That's pretty obviously an issue that needs attention. Exactly. That's kind of like if we go back to that one story we did a while ago with the boys that were living in that apartment with their dead sibling. And neighbors were feeding them and stuff. It's what? What do you mean you're feeding these kids and knowing something's wrong but not making any phone calls? What the hell is wrong with you people? This lady did the right thing, though. We have a story with somebody who did the right thing. She looks like an everyday happy mother there.
Uh-huh.
Let you read that one.
The owner of the restaurant, Raffaella Capaldi, said she credits what took place to a higher power.
She said Carvalho wasn't scheduled to be working the night shift. She spotted the child. Or she wasn't scheduled to be working the night she spotted the child. She was only there because another employee had called out.
Mm-hmm. And the family was sitting at the only table in the restaurant where Carvalho could have been able to hold the sign up to the boy without the rest of his family seeing.
Now that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They were also the last table of the night, allowing Carvello to pay more attention to the family.
And we understand that this has to encourage other people that when you see something, say something, Kabadid said. Oh, I can't hear you.
That's because I muted. Sorry about that. We know when we see a situation that is wrong, we know that what's the right thing to do. We know that speaking up is the right thing to do, but it takes more than acknowledging it. It takes courage.
Yeah.
Larice Jose, hello and welcome. Yeah, the waitress is hot, definitely. But I'm still looking for that crazy Wisconsin girl with the bucket in the basement. Oh, hippie. She's in jail somewhere. Oh, we got to get your type straightened out, buddy.
Now, Wilson's ex-wife, Amanda Powell, has told the Daily Mail TV how she ended their volatile marriage because he wouldn't stop whooping her two young sons, both from a previous relationship.
Okay, so it does sound like he does that to stepchildren, it seems. Ugh. I think in some cases, people might be afraid of repercussions of turning someone in. If police did nothing and the accused was left out, it could turn into a bad situation. You know, I'm kind of watching a situation like that now unfold on TikTok, and the lady is not backing down. She videotaped everything. She called the police because she could tell that a boy in her neighborhood was being abused. And she took the boy to a Walmart and met the police at Walmart with the boy and another neighbor. And the police were refusing to do anything. They said the boy was lying, that he was just a liar. And the lady's like, no, he has marks on him. He's smaller than he should be. Like, something's wrong. And I'm not going to accept this answer. Well, the boy was in the car with the other neighbor, and the lady texted the boy, and she was smart 'cause she's a nurse, and she kind of gave instructions that maybe he needed medical attention, that maybe he needed to say he needed medical attention. So the boy said he needed medical attention, and the police weren't able to take him right back home. They had to take him to the hospital. And once he got to the hospital, the nurses determined that he indeed was being abused. And so from there, the police then had to do an investigation, and they arrested the parents. Well, because of all of this, the lady that I'm talking about has now been arrested. She's been arrested because the police are harassing her, and she's not putting up with it. So it's been interesting to watch, because this is kind of what you're talking about, where, you know, repercussions of stepping up and stepping in and doing something, there can be fallout from that. But like this lady said, she got this boy out of an abusive situation. She'll take whatever comes her way.
Yeah.
And she'll sleep good at night knowing that he's safe. I kind of feel the same way.
Yeah.
So, hey, Three Souls Paranormal, hello and welcome. Maybe he hates boys. That's a good answer. Which is crap. If someone calls the police regarding possible child abuse, local children's services should be called to investigate, no matter what the police think of the situation. Exactly. That's what the lady said too.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, it's been interesting. I've been following it over on TikTok, and it's been an interesting thing. Guess this is him in the old relationship.
Yeah, that's the previous relationship.
Hmm.
Pal37 added, I told him I didn't agree with it because he wasn't their father, and I kept telling him they were too little.
They were 2 and 4. They needed a timeout or something like that, not a whooping. Powell wed Wilson in 2006 and moved to Washington while he was stationed at Naval Air Station Whidbey Island. Wonder if that's how he grew up.
Possibility. But within a year, Amanda said she fled and filed for divorce to protect her sons, Bradley and Aaron.
That's what a mama should do.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda and Wilson wouldn't let her use the car. Amanda said Wilson would not let her use the car or mingle with other military wives. She says he also began to hit the children with a belt. Mm-mm. Did it pop up for you yet?
Yeah. He threatened me daily. There was a time he hit me and tried to choke me, she added. The marriage ended in a blowout fight, which saw Amanda being carted off to jail while Wilson was left with the boys.
See that right there. Oh, that gets me. That gets me because that happens a lot. I hear a lot of stories like that. I don't understand. That's like the Gabby Petito case.
Right. Yeah.
She was seen as the guilty one, the crazy one. I told him if he did it again, he was going to regret it. And he went to whoop them again, she said. So when he came back, I broke his nose with the glass top of a jewelry box. You go, girl.
She got him.
Oh no, sorry. Hold on, let me find it. Did I go too far? Yeah, I went too far.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
I had scratches and scrapes where we had been tussling. When the military police when the military police showed up, they defended him and I went straight to jail.
I don't know how to say your name. I think it's Decame. I'm not sure, but I know Larice Jusset brought you over. So hello and welcome. Thanks for coming in. Decame, I think is how you say it. I hope I got that. All right. You read this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, my mind's in 3 places at the moment. All right. Her blood ran cold last week when she heard on the news that her ex-husband had been arrested for allegedly abusing his 11-year-old stepson. Ugh. Can you imagine that you had kicked his butt and kicked him to the curb, and then you find out that he's abusing another kid?
Yeah, I bet that just, man. Now I can believe it. It's probably because it wasn't his child, she added. When you marry someone, you take their kids in. You don't treat them like they're different.
How did he act before he married them? Like, did he treat like that's what I don't understand here. The 11-year-old's biological father, Heath Lewis, also chimed in on the shocking abuse claims, praising restaurant manager
Flaviana.
Flaviani Carvalho for her heroic actions. He added, if it wasn't for her, there's no telling what could have happened. Yeah, I don't understand, like, what, there was a dating period, or did they just jump straight to, like, was it like, oh, we love each other so much, let's get married right away, and then this stuff happened? Because, like, what happened while they were dating? Was he mean to your kid? Was he loving to your kid? What? Didn't you figure that out before you married him? I don't know. I'm struggling with that.
Yeah, like how did he treat their kids prior to them getting married?
Yeah, and didn't the biological father see his kid, to see these bruises and crud all over his kid? Like, what? Happy Place said, wait a minute, there's a biological father in the picture. Why didn't he do something? I don't know. I'm confused by this a little bit. I don't think he deserves custody either if he's not. Well, I guess she could have. We don't know the story. Maybe she left town with the kid and he hasn't seen the kid.
Now, he had split with his son's mother, Christian Swan, shortly before his birth in October of 2009, claiming in the divorce papers seen by the Daily Mail TV that she was committing adultery.
Oh, so she tried claiming it wasn't his? Lewis said he hadn't talked to his son for 6 years because of the strained relationship with his ex-wife. This is another thing that I have a huge problem with. Why? It doesn't matter how much you don't like your ex. It doesn't matter what the beef is with your ex. It doesn't matter. These are your flesh and blood.
Yeah.
You spend whatever money you got to spend, and you fight however hard you got to fight to be a part of your kid's life. Even if your kid don't want to be a part of your life, you still fight to be a part of your kid's life, because maybe someday when they're an adult, they'll look back and be like, wow, you really fought to be a part of my life, versus looking back and being like, oh, where were you my whole life?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Did the kid ever get anything to eat? A potato? The kid had a potato. Maybe the bio father was busy abusing his stepchildren. Maybe. Well, if he loved his kid, he should have fought for visitation rights. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter what's going on with the ex. You fight for your child. I don't care what the relationship would be like. My ex and I, nothing would keep me from my kids. I never understand that excuse. I don't either. I don't.
Yeah.
You guys kind of have heard bits and pieces of what's going on in my life, and there is nothing that will stop me from fighting for what is right. And that is that both parents should be involved in their child's life, period. And no one will ever take that. And I don't think that any parent is a parent if they don't do that.
Yeah.
I struggle with that. And I've seen many parents bow down and just back away and not have relationships with their kids, and I don't understand it.
He says he's since been in contact with the Florida Department of Children and Families, however, to apply for custody of the youngster.
Now, after 6 years have gone by. You don't think that kid's going to be angry and be like, "Where were you, Dad?"
Yeah.
I rang the lady at the restaurant to thank her from the bottom of my heart. What she did was amazing. She is just awesome, Lewis told the Daily Mail TV. Well, look, I don't know if this lady kept moving and the dad couldn't find her. I don't know if he did try to find. Maybe he did. But if he didn't do anything, I'm judging you. I'm judging you, sir. If you did nothing for 6 years, I'm judging you. Just throwing that out there. Tommy.
Well, the third eye knows.
One guy knows all. We don't talk about Bruno, no. Oh boy. Okay. I would put that comment up, but if anybody's watching and wants to read it, they're going to have to go look in the comment section for it.
I don't know anything about the guy my ex-wife was with. I will say this, I am horrified and I just want to try to get my boy back. I just want to make sure he is okay.
I'm struggling with what he's saying. I want to try to get my boy back. You never had your boy.
Yeah.
The boy was 11, right?
Yeah, 11.
So I am sure that this boy remembers his father. Because 6 years ago, the boy would have been like 5 or 6. He clearly had memories of his actual father. So I'm sure that there's also anger and confusion of where the hell did my dad go? You know? I don't know. That's very, very confusing, I'm sure. Roy never gave up. Preston and him are both in a great spot, and I'm so happy. I'm so glad to hear that. Only boyfriend ex from 20 years ago. Been with my husband for almost 20 years. That's awesome. I want to find out what happened with this waitress. So when he shows the kid the letter, cops came and all this stuff. But what happened? Arbor, did she get a big raise? Is she single? Hey, Bulldog, you are watching. I love you. We don't see him in here too often, do we? I want to find out about the waitress. What happened to her? Hippie's want to go to the restaurant and find out where she's at. She's still there? She's a manager. She makes good money. Go find her.
Now, Swan married, then divorced a second man before hooking up with Timothy Wilson II around 6 years ago. Now, their daughter was born 4 years ago. The Daily Mail TV is choosing not to name either child.
Okay, so wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember. My brain, like I said, is doing three things. So she married somebody else, then married the Timothy guy. So no, she wasn't with the baby daddy. She wasn't with this kid's dad. In fact, didn't the story say they got divorced when he was a baby?
Yeah.
So he was never around the child. So he's just going to swoop in out of nowhere and try to take this child who's been through all this trauma. And that's supposed to be helpful. How? I don't see that being helpful to a kid that's been through all of this. I'd see that causing more problems.
Especially since his mother married somebody else, after he was born. She got married, then divorced, and now ended up with this Timothy guy. And then all this abuse happened to him. And now his real dad wants to have him in his life. He's had he's had three fathers.
Yeah, like I could see, okay, he's your biological son. You want a relationship with him, and now the mother's not standing in the way. So the healthy way to do that, my opinion here, would be to like do visitation. Start with visitation and meeting him and getting to know him. Know like what's his favorite color? Do you know? Do you know like what shoe size he is? Like get to know the kid, get to know what he likes, get to know him, and then over time build that relationship. Don't
Yeah.
I give the kid needs a stable place to be that he feels safe. And I'm not saying foster care always provides that. It doesn't. Foster care has nightmarish stories, as we've also found out on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think jumping back to someone that's never reached out up to this point is good
Was
for this
never
child.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, Roy and Becky said it, but baby steps on introducing him. Yeah. Bulldog just pooped. Going back to my chores now. Thanks for letting us all know. It's terrible when you live in the happiest place on earth and just down the street from things like this happen, right?
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. Like Florida is so sunny and beautiful and bright, and then like you said, things right down the street are a little bit cuckoo. So, oh, we have answers. The waitress has moved to Wisconsin and has been recently spotted in the Walmart purchasing a bucket of lotion. Oh. The dad said been 6 years, and 6 years ago she married the abuser. So my guess is the abuser was trying to keep her and the kid away from any family and probably friends too. That's true. Could be a thing. All right. Tommy, you just made my day.
Oh, man. Now, Swan, 31, was charged with neglect for failing to seek out for her son, who was emaciated and 20 pounds underweight. Both the boy and his 4-year-old sister, Wilson's biological daughter, have been taken into care.
It's not working. You know, one of the things I found out through the court systems, through all this nonsense, is it is really hard. They very rarely take a parent's rights away. Like it's got to be really, really bad for them to take away rights from a parent. And this we look at and think that's terrible, right? We think this is a bad situation. But it's not. It's not. This is something that most likely they would probably try to work with the parents and give the parents an opportunity, which to me makes my stomach turn. I don't understand why they would work with parents on this type of situation, but unfortunately, I think this is going to be one of those situations. If we follow up with it a couple years from now, where they'll try to work with the parents, do visitation, things like that, anger management, blah blah blah. The mom probably won't be able to be with the guy, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Timothy Wilson and Christian Swan. That was a very good story, Nettie.
Thank you.
My son had trouble with ex not compliant. not compliant with visitation. Came down to charging her with contempt of court and her going to jail. So he thought that would be harder on the kids. Happiest place on earth costs $198 per day per person. Maybe since they cannot afford it, it drives them crazy. True. Great story. Hadn't heard that before. Thank you, Tommy, for putting that in. I was just getting that ready while I think Tommy probably trusts his link better than mine. But yeah, SF Rose is going to go live, and she's going to have a great live going on. And then after her live, Tommy Travels will be live.
Wow.
So there's some live stuff happening. Nettie, what do you just had a video come out yesterday, correct?
Yeah, we drop ours every Saturday. So, and it's actually, we put out, of course, our newest video, with us making the transition and getting into our new bus. We put that out because we knew we were going to be at the meetup and it would be obviously seen. So we had to put that early. So the stuff that's coming out is still when we're leaving Washington. So I do have footage that I still got plenty of content that I'm going to be putting out that's going to still show, our Travel Supreme. So you'll be noticing that every Saturday, that we're not current, but we'll eventually catch up to what we're in. And then you can start seeing more of it.
I had messaged Nettie because I was watching on TikTok. I was watching, what is his name? Now it's slipping my mind.
Was,
the country.
Travis? Was it Travis?
No, it's not Travis. Randy. Oh yeah, Randy Travis. That's a
Randy Travis.
Yeah. I messaged Nettie because Randy Travis has her bus. Now the whole inside is redone and it's got like Italian wood and all this stuff in it.
Gosh,
but his bus driver was doing like a tour with this TikToker and showing the bus. But they say it's the same bus that Nettie's got. Like, that's so cool.
And they're all different because they were all custom built, so there's not one that's alike, which is pretty neat. And you get the actual painter, the artist signs it, like ours is signed by the artist that did the paint. And he now lives in Florida and he's painting airplanes. So he stopped working for Marathon, which is who converted our Prevost. But yeah, it's pretty cool, especially when you see others, and you just see the difference. So yeah, that was exciting when you sent that to me.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was I had never heard of him before until you had talked about it. And then to see Randy Travis with one of them, I was like, okay, that is really cool.
And that's true too. With Becky, Roy used to paint them, and he actually, when he saw ours, he says, I know that bus. And he thinks that he touched up the ribbons that we have on our paint because he said, not one of them's alike. And he's like, I know the ribbons that are on your bus. And I think it came through when he was working, for, I'm trying to remember the plant that he was at, but they did the paint on the Prevost that came through there. I think it was Liberty is the Prevost that he painted for.
Oh, well, thanks for listening on your drive. And thanks everybody for coming in and hanging out. And Captain and I are going to be having a little thing that's going to be for everybody. We're going to do a live. We haven't gotten it scheduled yet. Captain, I was just telling Nettie before I came on here, no makeup, my hair's a mess today, and life has just been crazy.
And I said she's always beautiful, even with the third eye.
She did tell me my third eye's eyelashes are beautiful. But I have a kid graduating. I have 2 kids going to prom on the 30th. We have a roommate moving in. So we have a ton of things kind of all clumped into the next couple of weeks happening for us. So it's kind of a crazy time, but I will get back to your email. I haven't had a chance to check it, but I will get back to it, and it will I am excited about it. What Captain and I are going to be doing is going to be so much fun, and I'm super excited about it. But SF Rose is going to go live. Larice, just say, I'm so glad you connected with SF Rose. She's great. SF, if you're still in here, connect with Larice. She's fantastic. And wishing you all much kindness and much love.
And we're sending love your way.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.